So today I'm going to be working with embroidery. I'm going to be doing some patches. I had done it before in this channel, but before I used felt fabric to work on them. This time I'm going to be using twill fabric, which is very recommended for working with patches. And I ordered this twill from the, I think it was from, yeah, Sewing Machine Plus. The brand is Dime. It's called Dime brand. And this company is huge. They do everything embroidery, from hoops, fabric. I mean, they do everything embroidery, okay? It's an amazing company. I didn't know about the company until the other day, so I decided to order this twill to try it. And also you can find them in any fabric store. I think there's a specific one that you need for embroidery. I don't know, but I'm gonna try this one and I will let you know. I think this one comes in different shades packet. This roll is the dark color option, but there are 3 different options on colors. And this one is a 9 by 24, which, it gives you a lot to do different patches, which is great. I'm going to be working with these 2 designs that I put together myself, and I use Embroider Essential to create them. This one is one that is within the Embroider software, okay? So yeah, so I will be using this on this video to cut my jump stitches around. And I think this is all. If I come up with something else, I will let you know through the video, all right? So guys, I can wait, so let's get started. So guys, we are in Embroider Essentials, and I'm gonna show you how to design these patches. This time I'm gonna do it in a different way. First time I just felt to do the patches. This time I'm gonna be using another file to help me do it in a different way. All right, so I'm gonna show you one that I did already, and then from that one, I'm going to explain you how I did the other ones, okay? So let me open the file. I'm gonna be looking for this one first. Let's start with this one. Actually, let's start with the one that I use Embroider, because that's a little bit easier. Okay, this one right here. Okay. So I use files that I already had to do this. And what I did was that I downloaded this file first. Then I downloaded this applique oval design last, okay? And I'm going to show you how I did this, all right? I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to start from the beginning very fast, okay? Because I want to include the other one, which is a different way of doing it, okay? So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to go back to my files, and I'm going to look for the frog by itself right here. Because it's in a different, this one is the DST and this one is the PS. Let's do this one. I'm going to be working on this with the using the PS because I'm going to be doing on the single needle machine. On the last video, I used my multi-needle machine, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and change this color into white because really it's not black, it's white. Okay. Oh, I have the wrong thread. I need to do preference. Now I can do it. Yeah, and this color is the wrong color, which I'm going to leave it like that. The blue is supposed to be a lighter blue, but for the explanation, I'm going to leave it like that. So once I have this in here, okay, I'm going to be doing a patch around 3 inches in size, around 3 to 4 inches. This one right now has 2.5 by 2 5/8. But I'm going to do it like that because when I put the other part, it's going to measure around 3. Once I have this in here, I'm going to choose the options that Brilliance give me in this software. I'm going to click this icon in here that says Merge Design. And I'm gonna go to the heart, which this heart icon means that these are shapes that you can use, and they are all in applique, for appliques. Okay, I'm gonna click the oval. I'm gonna say okay. And this is the oval, but I don't want it this way. I want to be inverted, going vertical instead of horizontally. So I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna click until I want it right there. That looks pretty good to me. And now I'm gonna make it larger because I want to include the frog in it, okay? And then of course, you're gonna be working with the positioning, make sure that everything is fine. I'm gonna lower it a little bit. I'm gonna center it, but I'm gonna make sure that it's lower, okay? And then after I do that, this is an applique. Of course, if you go to the right side, it has in the bottom, applique position, applique mat, material, and applique at the bottom, right? I don't want this color to be that kind of like peachy, pinky color. So I'm gonna click the last one, which on my right side in the lower is the color. I'm gonna go ahead and gonna do it in white. So I'm gonna go to my palette because the white is already in here, and I'm gonna use the white click, and then I'm gonna say okay. Okay, I prefer that in white. Let me see what else. And then this one stays like that. Let me go ahead. Just change it to the actual color. Okay. All right. So this I have this in here, and now I'm gonna write Boricua here. Boricua. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead, go to my icon that is for the letters, the create letters. I'm gonna go to my right side and write Boricua. And then I'm going to go ahead and enter. And then I'm gonna choose the circle icon on this. This one is if you want to write sentences going down, like multi-sentences. This one is a simple one that we always use, and this one is the one that is a circle. I'm gonna click that, and I'm gonna put this on the top, so I'm gonna click place on the bottom, but then I'm gonna click it and it gives me the other way. Okay, now I'm gonna make it smaller, of course, because it's too big. And I'm using the font that is default in Embrilliance. You can use any font you want. This is the blog, which is a font that is from Embrilliance, and you don't have to worry about working it with the specific sizing, because you can shrink it or do whatever, okay, with no problems. And now I'm gonna curve it more because it's kind of like too flat, okay? So I'm gonna go back here, down here on the dial, and I'm gonna curve it a little bit more. Like that, like that, okay? I think that's good. And I don't want it on that color purple, of course not. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to click the lilac color on the bottom of the computer. If you see on my cursor, I'm on the bottom. I'm gonna go to palette. I'm gonna match it with the blue. And that's it. And that's how I did it. Now, when I'm doing this, this is an applique, okay? So I'm gonna run it so you see how it's gonna run. I'm gonna run it a little bit faster. It's gonna start with the blue. So I'm gonna run it a little bit faster, okay? So it's doing all of that. Oh, you know what? Let me go back because I forgot to do something. Let me stop this. It's very important that when you do this, you have to start to embroider this first. Because remember, this is an applique. If this goes first and then the applique goes later, it's gonna place the fabric position on top of your design already embroidered. So I forgot to do that. So I'm gonna click here, okay, on the applique oval, all right? I'm gonna click here, I'm gonna right click, and I'm gonna do move first, okay? So I moved it first. And now you're gonna see the difference. Now we can run it. You see, it's gonna do that for applique position, the fabric, and everything else, the stitches, the satin stitch. And now it's gonna do the inside. Very important, all right? So you saw what I did. I right click on the positioning, I chose move first position, and it went up there. And you have to do that in any applique, actually. You know what comes next, so I don't have to do the whole thing. I'm gonna stop this. Okay, so this is how I do this. Now, this is gonna be here, and the applique, the fabric that I'm gonna be using is a twill for appliques. You can use any kind of fabric that you choose. You can use felt also like I did before, okay? Or some other fabric. So for this one, I'm gonna be using a twill, right? And once I'm done with this kind of patch, of course, you're gonna take it off the hoop, and then you have to cut around, make it as close as you can without breaking the stitches, and you'll see the process. If you see my videos before in patches, you know how I do it. Okay, so let's go to the next one. I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna say, no, I don't want any changes. And I'm gonna take you back here again, and let's go to this one. And people, I just want to tell you that these are my designs, that these are not anything, I didn't buy this anywhere. I designed it myself. Of course, I used some elements of other files that I got separate, but I designed it myself, okay? So this one, I designed saying, be creative, be creative. So these patches are a file that I got from Etsy a while ago, and it brings a selection of different kind of patches. It's amazing. And this one, if you notice, it has this fill-in embroidery. So in this one, you're gonna place the twill, and then it's gonna embroider on top of the twill, all right, as part of the design. When it comes to stabilizer, that up to you. Some people like using Coroway stabilizer, some people like using tearaway stabilizer for the patches. There are other people that even use plastic, very thick plastic, instead of a stabilizer. That's up to you. All right. So I'm going to show you how I did this. I'm going to click this off, and I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go to my designs. So I'm going to go back here. I have a couple of bees in here. So let's choose the third B, because I can always make it bigger. BES, I'm gonna open. So I have my B in here, and it's measuring 2 by 2, which is perfect. And now I need to choose the patch, okay? So I'm gonna go here to this merge stitch file. It's on the right, the last on the right, okay? I'm gonna click there, and this is gonna take you to your downloads. Downloads or desktop, whatever you save your design, you have to choose on the top where you want. I save mine on the downloads, so I have it on the downloads. It's already on here because I used it earlier. So it says embossed shape set 1, and it has another one that is set 2. I got this from Etsy a while ago, and it has lots of pre-made patches that make your life very easy, all right? Okay, so I'm gonna choose the one is for the PES, because we're working with the PES file. And you see it bring you all these shapes. Of course, all these colors, you're gonna change to your liking. You don't have to keep these colors. And for that one, I'm gonna use a circle, and I'm gonna choose a circle in a size 4. Yeah, this one right here. And then I'm gonna click import, okay? Of course, same thing that I told you before, I'm gonna send this to be the first. So the circle's on the right. I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna right click, and I'm gonna place it on move first to the first. And here's the B. Of course, you're not gonna be able to see the B because of the black background. So I'm gonna switch this to white right here. I'm gonna say okay. Okay, so now we have this patch, and this is so cute. So I'm gonna change the size a little bit bigger. So I can afford to make it bigger. So let me see. Oh, it's 4 by 4. It's gonna be like that. This one I can afford to make a little bit bigger. Of course, always watching that you don't surpass the 120. This is as big as I can get it, okay? So I'm gonna get it like this. I'm gonna center it. I'm gonna center the circle also. Okay, and now I can write whatever I want to write. And let me see if I can merge, because I don't remember the color that I used around. Hold on, people. Short-term memory. Oh, a yellow. Okay, I use a yellow. So I'm gonna switch this to yellow. First of all, preferred. Perfect. Now I'm gonna shoot this to yellow. I'm gonna choose the color daffodil. It's my favorite color. Okay. That's the yellow that I'm gonna use for the run. Much better now. Now it's looking much better. Whoops. Now it's looking much better. Okay. So now that I have it like this, the next thing is to write the words. And I'm gonna write be creative. Be creative, and I'm gonna do it on the circle also. First, I'm gonna do enter. I'm gonna click in the circle. I'm gonna go bottom first. And then once I do this, I'm gonna have to make it smaller. It's too big. And if you notice, people, you don't see me concerned. Oops. You don't see me concerned about what it says here, because when you're dealing with the Embroider's Essential font, default font, you don't have to worry about the sizing because it's from Embrilliance. Now, if you are buying other fonts, then you have to be concerned about not doing it larger than 20% of the original size or smaller than 20% of the original size. But the one from Embrilliance, you don't have to worry about it, okay? Which is great. And so I'm gonna make it more curvy, like that. That is looking cute. You can make a little bit larger if you want to. Okay. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger so you can see what I'm doing because I'm having a hard time seeing on the bottom. There you go. Hey, that's better. I just want to make sure that I have enough separation between the letters. And I can move this a little bit to the left. Oh, that's too much. I fire. I feel like that T is a little bit too close. So, this is an example. I've done this already, but just to give you the idea what to do if you encounter that the letters are too small, I just click in this square in the letter, and then I use my cursor on my keyboard to the left or to the right, and I move it around. And that looks much better to me. Yeah. That he be creative, I'm going to right click and I'm going to copy, right click, and I'm going to paste. And I have it already done, and I don't have to write it all over again. Okay. I'm going to go to the top. Once I'm here, I'm going to click off this check mark, what it says place on the bottom, and I make it the other way. All right. Be creative. Okay. And then I'm going to make a little bit wider at the top. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm all over the place. I don't know what's going on with my mouse. It's all over the place. Okay. So I'm going to lower the B a little bit more. Okay. And now this looks a little bit better. I need to lower this. Make this be a little bit smaller. You see, and this is when you start playing with this, okay? Because you want to make it that it looks nice, but this is bumping in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to play with everything right there. The B can be in there. This is gonna be a little bit bigger because I made the top one bigger. And actually, let me see if making it smaller is gonna be better. Okay, now it's better. Okay, so now it's looking better. gonna make this one larger because I made the top one larger, so it will be comparable to the other one. And then make it higher. It looks cute. Of course, I'm not gonna leave these letters this color because it's ugly. I'm gonna go ahead and pick color. I'm gonna do green. I'm gonna pick a green color. Let me see which shade of green. This is pretty. The light green is pretty too. I like this one better. Spring green. Okay, that's what it is. So I picked spring green, and then of course this one, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do the same color. Go to palette, green. Okay. This one I'm gonna go ahead and make it a little bit smaller. Yeah. Much better. Yes. Okay, guys, so this is the way you're gonna be doing this kind. See, it's different because this one has the stitch out throughout, completely stitched out, but you're gonna be using the same materials. You're gonna be using the twill or whatever fabric you wanna use in the back. Twill is the most recommended. And then you're gonna be using, for the backing, you're gonna be using either cutaway stabilizer or tearaway stabilizer or water soluble stabilizer. You know, there's a heavy water soluble stabilizer that you can use as the stabilizer, I suppose, at the topper. This one is not a topper. This one is actually looks like the tearaway, but when you wear it, it disappears. So guys, this is how I do these two patches. I'm gonna go to the table and we're gonna be working on it. So guys, I'm gonna get started with the embroidery. I already have this on. I hooked it with the tearaway stabilizer, and then I place the design here. I'm gonna start with the more simple one, not the simple one, but the one that is like an applique style, and then I'm gonna do this one second, okay? For this one, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to hook the 4x4, okay? And then I'm gonna spray with the temporary adhesive spray on top, and then when this is secure, I'm gonna place this for positioning, and then I'm gonna embroider here. And of course, both of them are gonna be trimmed around, all right, at the end. So guys, yeah, so I decided to switch my shirt. I haven't worn it. If you notice, it's different from my introduction earlier. So I decided to place this one because I haven't shown it up so that you can see the one that I did. It says Summer Fun. So yeah, so guys, I'm gonna take you around to the embroidery machine and we're going to get this started, okay? So I'm gonna turn you around, all right? So I have all my color threads ready, depending on the design. This is for this one right here. And this is the one that I'm going to use for the one we're gonna be doing. Actually, this one goes here. This one goes here. So yeah, some of the designs have the same color, so I just, you know, put them together, and that way makes it easy by the time I need to switch the thread. So guys, we are here on the machine. I already have the hook on, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna trace the design. I know it's gonna fit because it's a small patch, but you always have to get into the habit of tracing things around, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and click the this icon right here, which is for the tracing. I'm gonna say okay. Okay. And of course it's gonna trace, all right? All right. So I have already placed the thread. I'm gonna hit it okay in here. and then I'm gonna hit embroidery. And I'm going to use the same color thread for the placement because I know that is a applique placement, and I don't want to do the extra color change. But you know, if you don't want to get confused, I'm supposed to have like a different color for the for the embroidery placement and then the tack down. But I'm gonna leave the yellow color. Yellow color is supposed to be the second color, but I'm gonna use the same thread. Okay, that's the way I do it. If you're new to embroidery and you have never done this before, then follow the order of color that the machine give you, and also you can follow the colors here. Okay, this is a printout from Embroider's design software, okay, or Embroider's Essentials. And I know that these are the placement and then the tack down, but I'm gonna go ahead and do yellow and yellow instead of these two colors. Hopefully you will get what I'm trying to say. But anyway, let's go ahead. I already threaded the color, the first one, so because it cleared, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this off. I don't need it anymore. You don't have to do it this way. You can mark it with a pen, the center, but I always like to use this. That's the way I always done it. It makes it a little bit easier for me. So anyhow, I'm gonna bring you closer to the machine so that you can see exactly what is gonna be going on, and I'm gonna move you around. I hope you can see from this angle. Let me move you to the right a little bit because I need to place my chair close to the design. Okay, so this should be like a short embroidery. It should not take that long, other than me changing the color thread in between. I'm gonna move you again because I need space to change my color thread. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna place the foot down, and we're gonna start with the action, people. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the tack down. Okay. Hopefully, I'm okay on bobbin thread. I think I have enough for this one. I had to check it again. Okay, so the next color, it says that is the yellow, which is the one that I have right now. I'm gonna go ahead and place this fabric in here. This is the twill that we talked about earlier. So I'm gonna make sure that everything is covered, okay? So I'm gonna press start. Okay, so the next color change is for the white, which is the border. Okay, so let's continue with the satin stitch around it. If you see, this is just like a regular embroidery applique, same steps. If you notice on the video, I misspelled Boricua with a K, and it's supposed to be a C, so I corrected it on the file. I tried to include my videos with the single needle machine, because a lot of people, or most people, have single needles, which I love. I love this machine. This was my first one, and I really like it. I show you these new scissors that I got. I'm gonna try them to cut into the jump stitches. I don't know if you can see that it has like a hook here, and I guess you can put it in the smallest jump stitches and cut it. I saw this on a Facebook group, embroidery Facebook group, but they recommended it, so I ordered it from Amazon. I'm gonna list it on my video description, okay? And I'm gonna let you know how it works, all right? Guys, this is coming up so beautiful. The colors are amazing. The colors that I chose for this design are the correct colors that I wanted. And beautiful. Look at these little stitches. You see this little hook? I'm gonna use this little hook in here. Pointy, pointy, pointy. I'm gonna use it in here, and it's just a nice, nice fissure. Boop. It cuts so close to the stitch that is amazing. There's a tiny one in here, but this one, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna bother. I'm gonna make sure that I'm not gonna mess up the stitching. But this is pretty good. I love it. Very, very, very nice. Okay, so let's get with the changing of the last color. Guys, so we are done. So I'm gonna press OK in here, and I'm gonna lift this up. I'm gonna cut this thread here. We don't need it. Oh, it came out. And what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to go ahead and unhook this one. Okay, this is the way it came out. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna unhook this one. I'm gonna start the next one, and I'm gonna trim around it. So once they are both done, then I'm gonna show you the final result. This right here came super clean. Look at the back, people. Look at this digitizing. You see? Beautiful. Very, very clean embroidery in the back. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna see you once I hook the next one. Okay, and the next one I'm gonna explain the beginning, the first couple of steps, and then I'm gonna let it run because that one is not appliqued. One is a straight embroidery, so I don't have to worry about depending on placing the twill. All right. So guys, I don't know how much of the video cut off, but I am here already. Placed it in the center. I'm gonna go ahead and trace it, make sure that it's in place. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go okay. And of course I have plenty of space. Let me get a bigger piece of the thing because I'm afraid that it is so close to the border and I don't want any accidents. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. Okay guys, so I cut a larger piece just to be on the safe side, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and I'm gonna say okay because I know I'm okay. So I'm gonna go okay, and I'm gonna embroider setting, and I have all the thread. I'm gonna go ahead and thread the colors, and I'll see you to start the embroidery. All right. Well, guys, we are done. So yeah, let's take this out. I'm gonna be cutting off all the jump stitches. They're not that many, only on this area in here. Let me get you back here, so it's not so close. Okay, so yeah, so only around here, and again, clean embroidery, no issue whatsoever. So I'm gonna bring you back when I'm done trimming around so that you can see the results, and I'll see you in a little bit, people. So guys, this is the final result on both patches, They came out amazing. The one thing with this one is, you know, that I use a lighter to place around. I just put the flame very close and it gives me a clean edge. And I went too close in here and I scorched it a little bit. I mean, it's not a big deal. I plan to sew this into a polo shirt and I'm gonna use yellow thread to sew around, so hopefully it's gonna hide a little bit. Yeah, but things happen. I mean, I've done many fashions and this is the first time that this happened to me. And this one is amazing. This one, K, I love this kind because you get to see the twill as the background. This one, the twill get hidden by the stitches. If you ask me which kind I like best, either the thick felt, the one that I used the last time, which is very thick, to this one. In a way, the thick felt give it more body to the patch. It makes it a little bit heavier, but this one is easier if you're gonna sew it around. You know, it makes it's more pliable, in other words. So they're both good. I don't have a preference between one or the other. Okay, so yes, that's it right there, people. So guys, thank you for spending this time with me. I had a lot of fun making these patches. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask those questions down in the description box. I will gladly answer all the questions. Yeah, so thank you for supporting my channel. If you're new to my channel and you like this kind of content, go ahead and subscribe to The Crafty Puerto Rican. I will be releasing videos every single week. Also, don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you can get notified of all my future videos. So guys, I think this is everything for now. Thank you again for everything. I will see you soon. I will see you later. Bye bye. Hasta luego.